in today from my new digs in upstate New York. What do you think, man?
Hey, I see that. I wondered what all the new stuff was all about, but there's still a guitar there. Is that a different one?
I don't play it much, but I can't go too far from them. I always need them close by if I need to make a little noise.
Yeah, well, you're good at making noise, that's for sure. But hey, let me make a little noise about you, because I heard something about you yesterday.
Uh-oh. Well, it's not true. It's not true.
No, I think you want this one to be true. I heard that you are a CTC.
Well, I am a CTC, and have been for quite a long time, and very happy to be a CTC. I believe in credentials, along with an MBA. I got a CTC, and not in addition to meeting some really cool people, I kind of like that those letters behind my name.
Well, I think it's awesome. I mean, there you go, Mike. You're not just a pretty face. You're a little bit smart too.
Now, if I could only learn how to play the guitar, I'd be happening.
Well, hey, at least you're using it for room decor. But you know, that the CTC thing, you really kind of struck a nerve with me there, because the Travel Institute, which of course where the CTC thing comes from,
right.
They're very near and dear to my heart. I've always admired the Travel Institute, what they're all about and what they do, because of course through the certification and so forth, they're all about promoting travel agents as professionals and not just, you know, an average hobbyist out there. So, you know, that brings up a good point about tapping in to the networks of resources that are all out there, and the Travel Institute is just one of them.
Well, it's one of them, of course. It's a good one, and I was blown away by the materials. I mean,
yeah.
the books they gave you, it was like a college course, and I went to I think they called it the executive or something. A lot of people, it takes years and real hard study and practice, and they really earn their stripes. And in all fairness, I went through the one that a lot of cruise folks went through that was accelerated, but it was still very, very good, and I met some really neat people.
You said accelerated, but you still kept up?
Go figure, you know? It's well, it's
I was about to doubt the program for a moment.
Find it. Coming from Jersey, if there's a way, we find it, Nolan.
Well, good for you. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed, Mike.
Well,
and you know, it just got me to thinking about a lot of things related to all those resources that are out there for travel agents to tap into. There's the Travel Institute. You got ASTA. You got NACTA. You've got any franchise they might be a member of. They might be a member of a consortium, and you got a lot of people that are a member of all those things. And then you got the Mike and Nolan show too. It's like there's almost no excuse to not know how to do things cool these days.
No, there's some great assets out there, but the problem or the issue or the concern, Nolan, is the people. Having it's one thing. You've got to use it.
That's true.
And people like the CTC, for example, are the people you meet. You know, the contacts you make. Do you call them? Do you use them? Do you brainstorm? And association meetings, the same. Do you go to the trade shows? The people who join an association that don't go to a trade show, they're missing so much because they have it at their fingertips. They're not cold calling. They're in already. They're in the group, and they're just not taking advantage of it. And the brainstorming and the back and forth and how do you do it, it's just incredible. If people just take advantage of the tools they have in this industry, they'd be better off.
Well, you know, as everybody probably knows, you and I wander around speaking at events all the time. And, you know, we often feel like we're speaking to the choir because it's always that 20%, the go-getters that show up at all the events. And it's no surprise to me that those are the ones tapping in to what's available to them. Those are the ones making the money. It's the guys sitting at home on their behinds that aren't involved. They're always whining about why things aren't working for them.
Well, you know, Nolan, I just kicked off my new mentor program today, as a matter of fact, and I interviewed the people on the phone. Nolan, I said, how long you been in the business? One fella said 35 years. One fella said 32 years. One person said 25 years. It's the people who've been in the business, who know the value, who continue to join these programs and take advantage, and the newcomers aren't taking advantage of it.
Well, I can absolutely say to every one of them, now listen to me very closely, folks, you can learn a lot from the old guys, or I wouldn't be talking to Mike all the time.
And you know
But
what?
hey,
I'm starting to listen to myself, and I'm learning a few things, for heaven's sake.
Well, and you talk to yourself sometimes too. But yeah, I want to come back to something before, because I know we got to get off here in just a moment. I want to come back to something before we disconnect here. We started by talking about the Travel Institute, and I just want to make sure, we give every dog their dues. Those guys are out there trying to make sure that the public and the people in the travel industry understand that this is a profession. It's not just a part-time job like flipping burgers at Mickey D's.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And the people, I think of Merlin Olsen, who played for the Los Angeles Rams, has a quote that I've been using for years. He says, if my competitor is practicing and I'm not practicing, when they meet, or when we meet, they'll beat me.
And that's a really, really good quote. Good stuff.
We got to be studying and practicing all the time, or else we're going to come in second place.
I hear you, buddy. Well, we got to go, but as always, you've enlightened my day, and I'm a little more impressed with you than I was 4 minutes ago.
Now, if I had DDS on my name, would you be impressed then?
Well, I'd be more impressed if you knew what it stood for, but yeah.
I saw it on a card. Nolan, I'll see you later.
All right, take care, buddy. Bye.
Bye.